The Cantaloupes are back, and so are the Big Bad Bandits. The Chowan County Cantaloupes are back for the third time this season, and they're welcoming in the Tarboro River Bandits. The Cantaloupes are back at home, riding a 10-game home winning streak, with the last home loss coming at the hands of the River Bandits. Tarboro has given the team 4 of their 6 losses this season, and the Bandits lead the season series 4-2, including winning the last 2 matchups, both taking place in Tarboro. Hello and welcome into this broadcast of Chowan County Cantaloupes baseball on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. I'm Luke Mealy. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And once again, it's the third of 4 Cantaloupes games this season. The Steamers becoming the Cantaloupes tonight. It's all about a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club of the Albemarle. These jerseys will be auctioned off on the final home Tuesday here at historic Hicksfield. All the proceeds will go back to the Boys and Girls Club. So it's all for a good cause, and all the stats and the record from this game will go on to the Edenton Steamers, but tonight they will be represented by the Chowan County Cantaloupes. We're just about ready to go here at historic Hicksfield as Chris Morris takes the mound for the Cantaloupes. It's his first start of the season. And he'll go up against James Moses to lead things off for Tarboro. First pitch from Morris. Across for a called strike, and we're underway. Morris has been as reliable as any reliever the Steamers have this season. He had gone 8 consecutive scoreless appearances as a reliever. That one's outside. Count will even up 1-1. But it's been a while since we last saw Chris Morris. Once again with that long layoff between games for the Steamers, 3 cancellations and 1 postponement, all due to the rain. One pitch outside, 2-1 now to Moses. Now Morris has pitched in a couple of games against the River Bandits this season, both as a reliever. Went 2 2/3, has allowed a couple of hits, but no runs have come across against Morris, as that one's fouled to the right side by Moses. So after the team has struggled on the mound against the River Bandits their last couple of matchups, head coach Justin Hill takes a man out of the bullpen and puts him on the mound to start the game. Trying to see what will work against Tarboro. 2-2 the count to Moses. And Morris will step off. James Moses has a hit in the last 3 games between these teams. Went 1 for 2 with a walk in the last matchup. He'll ground that one on one hop past Tate Abbott into right field. And James Moses is aboard to lead off the game. Moses now has a hit against the Cantaloupes in 4 consecutive matchups. And that'll bring Tarboro up to the plate for Tarboro. Barongo over at short tonight for the River Bandits. First pitch is up high. Moses faked like he was going to steal. He'll head back to first. Counts 1-0. Moses hitting .389 this season. And he's over at first base. Barongo at the plate. He'll take that one up high. 2-0. Now Ty Barongo's hitting .315. Some high average guys right at the top of this Tarboro lineup. They're pretty good all the way through. It's not just at the top. They put a lot of runs up against the Steamers this season as that one's down low. 3-0 the count. The River Bandits have put double digits on the Cantaloupes twice this season, and they won the last matchup between the teams in Tarboro 6-5. So once again, that's why Morris is out there. He's only allowed a run in 1 appearance this season. He's held the opponents scoreless in his last 8 appearances. That one's up high. A 4-pitch walk for Tarboro. And the River Bandits have 2 aboard and nobody out here in the first. And that'll bring Chase Heath up to the plate. The last time these teams matched up in Tarboro, Heath had one of 3 2-run home runs for the River Bandits. He's got a lot of power there at the plate, and Morris trying to work back into this inning. Here's the first pitch. It's up high. 5 consecutive balls from Chris Morris, and Heath is ahead 1-0. Heath hitting .397 this season. 7 extra base hits, 14 RBIs. He's got a man out in scoring position and no outs here in the first. That one's down low, 2-0 the count. You have to wonder if there's some sort of adjustment period for Morris starting this game. He did not start a game in his spring season at Pitt Community College, and once again, he's yet to start a game here in Edenton. That one's across for a called strike, 2-1 the count. Heath catching tonight for the River Bandits. Had a bit of a conversation with the home plate umpire about the zone. Runners are off. That's a swing and a miss. Throw down to third is off the glove of Beebe, and Moses is coming home, and he's going to score. It's the second night in a row a throw to third has gotten away and allowed a runner to come in, and the River Bandits quickly out ahead 1-0. Last night, we saw the only run for the Greenbrier Knights come across on a errant throw into left field on a runner stealing third. And that one wasn't too far off. It went off the glove of Jared Beebe and just skipped a little bit too far away, and Moses was aware all the way. So that one's fouled away. Count will fill up on Heath, 3-2. It was a double steal Barongo move from first to second, so now he's in scoring position. Up high, ball 3. Count is now full, pardon me. Chris Morris still looking for his first out. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air, out to left field. Moving back is Cole to the wall, looking up, and that ball is gone. For the second straight matchup between the teams, Chase Heath sends a 2-run home run out to left field. And all of a sudden, it is 3-0 Tarboro. And if you're worried about home runs, this is another guy to worry about. Jarrett May up to the plate. May had 2 home runs the last time these teams matched up, including the go-ahead 2-run bomb that the River Bandits never relinquished that lead. May sends that one high in the air, but Hunter Cole moving back a couple of steps. He's under it for out number 1. It's good for Chris Morris and the Cantaloupes defense to see that first out. So once again, those are the first earned runs allowed by Chris Morris since his first appearance back at the beginning of June. Now it'll be grounded to the right side by Tyler Dunn. Moving over is Cottle. He'll throw to first in time for out number 2. That'll That'll bring Hunter McLean up to the plate now with 2 down here in the first. It's Chris Morris and the Cantaloupes just trying to limit the damage here early. First pitch is swung on and missed, 0-1. Once again, it's a 10-game home winning streak for the Cantaloupes. The last home loss came to these River Bandits back on June 15th. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Morris looking like he's settled in now. He's ahead of McLean, 0-2. The pitch. Down low, Boyd stops it. McLean takes it, 1-2 the count. Hunter McLean hitting .246 this season through 19 games for the River Bandits. He swings, foul tip into the glove of Jeremiah Boyd. It's the first strikeout of the game for Chris Morris, and that'll wrap up the top half of the first. The River Bandits get out to a hot start. It is 3-0 Tarboro as the Cantaloupes will come up to the plate for the first time. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Chowan County Cantaloupes are behind by 3 as they come up to the plate for the first time. Chase Bruno will lead things off for the Cantaloupes. Hazen Lancaster on the mound for the River Bandits. For Lancaster, it's also his first start of the season. As Bruno pokes that one the other way, it's handled by Jarrett May at first. He'll flip it to Lancaster, who slides over first base for out number 1. Nate Paulson up to the plate now for the Cantaloupes to face Lancaster, who hasn't pitched in a while against the Steamers. He pitched nearly a month ago. It's the last time he faced Edenton. He went 4 innings, allowed a couple of runs on 4 hits and 1 walk. The Cantaloupes are going to have to try and get to him here early to work back into this game, trailing 3-0. Paulson ahead 1-0. The lefty's pitch. Up high, 2-0 to Nate Paulson. Paulson hitting .320 coming into tonight. Leads the Steamers with 11 extra base hits. That one floats across for a called strike, 2-1 the count. And he had one of those 11 extra base hits last night at an RBI double. Outside for a ball, 3-1. Lancaster working quickly, trying to find the zone here against his second batter. That one's inside, ball 4. Nate Paulson works a 5-pitch walk. And the Cantaloupes have a man aboard with 1 out in the first. Now to bring Tate Abbott up to the plate. As Chase Heath will go out and have a conversation with his pitcher. Now Tate Abbott sat out the last time these teams played, but the game before that, the last time he faced River Bandits pitching, he had a good night, hit a home run in that game in Tarboro. And Abbott hits the River Bandits about as good as anyone on this team. He's hitting .429. He's got a pair of doubles and that 1 home run. Really one of the only Cantaloupes that has had consistent success against the River Bandits in every game, and I think Chase Heath knows a little bit about that. So we'll see what the approach is now from Lancaster. It's Nate Paulson over at first. Lancaster from the stretch. That's inside to Abbott, 1-0. Abbott swings and fouls that one straight down, kind of leaving up 1-1. Tate Abbott creeping closer and closer to that 300 batting average. He's at .290 right now. He's played in 20 of the 25 games for the Cantaloupes this season. So throw over on Paulson, he's back in. And it's Jarrett May over there at first catching the pickoffs, but he was the designated hitter the last time these teams matched up. He switches spots with Liam McFadden-Ackman, who's been at first base. He's now the designated hitter for Tarboro. As Abbott chops that one high over to short, could be 2. Barongo takes it to second for 1, throw to first in time. And it's a double play. The Cantaloupes go scoreless in their half of the first. We'll head to inning number 2 here at historic Hicks Field. It's the River Bandits 3, the Cantaloupes nothing. The new 2022 Edenton Steamers merchandise is here. And there are plenty of ways for you to pick up your Steamers gear. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and place an order, stop by Sound Feet Shoes of Edenton, or head to the merchandise trailer located behind the first base dugout at historic Hicks Field. You can also pick up some of the brand new Showan County Cantaloupes gear, but only at historic Hicks Field. Thank you for your support and repping your Steamers gear. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers return the Cantaloupes for the 3rd time this season. And once again, it's nothing permanent. It's just a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club. It's something the Steamers are doing on all home Tuesdays in the 2022 season. They'll wear those Cantaloupes jerseys, and the final home Tuesday later this month, the jerseys will be auctioned off and all the proceeds go back to the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Albemarle. So it's all for a good cause, and the Cantaloupes are 1-1 so far this season in these jerseys on Tuesdays, trying to improve to 2-1 here tonight, but they're in an early hole against the Tarboro River Bandits, who are out ahead by 3. Leah McFadden-Ackman will lead things off for Tarboro. 7, 8, 9 in the lineup due up. That one's a bit high, 1-0 the count. Chris Morris back on the mound for the Cantaloupes. Again, it's his first start of the season. It's across for a called strike, 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. McFadden-Ackman has hit the Steamers and the Cantaloupes well. He's got a hit against this team in 4 consecutive games, including a couple of extra base hits. He's knocked in 4 runs through those 4 games. The 1-2 pitch. Down low, 2-2 the count. In the last matchup alone, McFadden-Ackman went 1 for 3 with a walk that night. All a part of a 6-5 Tarboro win. And he leads things off here in the second. Here's the 2-2 from Morris. Down low, count will fill up, 3-2. The season as a whole, McFadden-Ackman hitting .347 through 19 games. That one's outside, ball 4. It's the second walk issued by Morris tonight. And for the second straight inning, the River Bandits have the leadoff man aboard. Got to bring Harrison Johnson up to the plate. Hitting 8th out in right field for Tarboro tonight. First pitch a bit outside, 1-0. We saw in the first inning Morris missing to lefties a bit on that outer half. Settled in a bit as the inning went on. That one's hit high in the air out to right field, and Johnson is pimping it all the way, and that ball is gone. The second home run of the game for the River Bandits, another 2-run shot. This one coming off the bat of Harrison Johnson, and it is 5-0 Tarboro. He really admired that one as he sent it out. He knew right off the bat. Had a good bat flip as well. And this is a matchup between the top 2 teams in the Premier Collegiate League. The River Bandits come out to play. The winner of this game will take sole possession of first place in the league. As Zeke Hilton will come up to the plate now for the River Bandits. That one's across for a called strike, 0-1 to Hilton. 2 home runs tonight, the first 2 Chris Morris has allowed this season. Swing and a miss. Hilton took a big cut at that one. 0-2 the count. Here comes the 0-2. Inside, it looked like it might have got a piece of him, and it's close. Hilton talking with the umpire, and it'll just be a close ball. 1-2 the count. Morris is ready. The 1-2 fouled off the glove of Boyd, and he stays alive. 1-2. Hilton hitting .190 this season. We've seen him in most of these matchups near the back end of the lineup. In just 15 of the 21 games for the River Bandits. He'll swing through that one, strike 3. It's strikeout number 2 for Chris Morris, and it's out number 1 here in the second. And the River Bandits back to the top of the order for the second time tonight. It's James Moses going to get his second crack in the box. A lot of good bats in this River Bandits lineup, and there's not a chance that most of them will get subbed out tonight. They could try to just keep adding on, as that one's on the outside corner for a called strike. Only 1 position player available as a substitute for the River Bandits tonight. So the 9 in the lineup presumably is the 9 that it'll stay unless there's any injury, as that comes across. 0-2 the count. Moses led the game off with a single in his only at-bat tonight. It's his second time against Chris Morris. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on, poked out towards center. Sprinting in is Paulson. It'll drop in front of him for a hit. It's the second hit of the game for James Moses, the fourth of the game for Tarboro. They've got another man aboard here in the second. Ty Barongo up at the plate now for Tarboro. As Morris will move into the stretch. He'll take that one outside for a ball, 1-0. Barongo walked on 4 pitches in his only plate appearance tonight. It's eventually brought home on the 2-run home run from Chase Heath. That one is fouled into the glove of Boyd. 1-1 the count. The Cantaloupes playing from behind tonight. 3 runs in the first for Tarboro and 2 more here in the second. The 1-1. Good outside. 2-1 now the count. James Moses over at first. 2-1 the count to Barongo. The pitch. Up high. 3-1. The River Bandits put up 6 runs the last time these teams met. They've now put up 5 or more runs in 5 of the 7 matchups between the teams this season. So the Steamers pitching that's really dominated other teams in the PCL and even in some of the exhibition games. It hasn't all carried over against the River Bandits. So that one misses outside, ball 4. It's the 3rd walk issued tonight by Morris. The 2nd walk for Ty Barongo. And again, the River Bandits have runners at first and second and just 1 out. That'll bring Chase Heath up to the plate now for the 2nd time tonight. He's already left his mark on this game. A 2-run home run in the first inning to put the River Bandits on the board, or to add on to their lead. They had actually already scored 1 before his blast. First pitch up and in for a ball, 1-0 the count. And that made it 2 straight games against the River Bandits for the Cantaloupes, where Chase Heath had a 2-run home run. The 1-0 runners are off, and Heath checked his swing and fouls it into the net. 1-1. That's exactly how Tarboro scored their first run. A double steal with Moses at second and Barongo at first. The throw to try and get James Moses at third got away from third baseman Jared Beebe, allowing Moses to come home. So they try to recreate that picture from the last inning. They can't quite get it there. We'll see how willing they are to take off again. The 1-1. Up high, 2-1 the count. Chase Heath now has 3 home runs this season, 2 of them once again against the Steamers. That's second best on the team. Jarrett May leads the way for the River Bandits with 8. 2-1 pitch is poked high in the air, shallow right center field. Cottle moves back from second, and he'll make the leap and catch. Not sure if he was going to get called off by Halstead in right field or Paulson in center, but Alden Cottle able to bring it in for out number 2. And that'll bring Jarrett May to the plate, who before his flyout back in the first was 6 for his last 6 against the Steamers. That spanned over a couple of games with a few extra base hits. He'll take that one outside for a ball, 1-0. May was named the Tarboro PCL Offensive Player of the Week this past week. Went 6 for 9, had a couple of home runs, a double, and 4 runs batted in. And yes, all of those did come against the Steamers in their last trip to Tarboro. 2-0 the count. Not a lot of games played this past week in the PCL. A lot of rainouts. Now they'll try and take third. Throw to third is in time. Moses tried to get Chris Morris napping, and Morris able to catch him over at third for the final out of the inning. But the River Bandits put 2 more on the board here in the second. It is now 5-0 Tarboro, heading to the home half of inning number 2. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Chowan County Cantaloupes trail the Tarboro River Bandits 5-0 here at home. Jackson Hipp will lead things off for the Cantaloupes against Hazen Lancaster on the mound for his second inning of work. Allen's outside for a ball, 1-0. For Hipp, it's his second straight game and the second straight night in this designated hitter spot. That one's up high from Lancaster, 2-0 the count. And last night, Hipp went 1 for 5 with a double in that spot. He'll hit that one hard through the hole on the left side into left field. Got just by Hunter McLean at third. It's a leadoff single for Jackson Hipp, the first hit of the night for the Cantaloupes. That'll bring Jeremiah Boyd up to the plate. It's been a couple of games since we've seen Mr. Boyd in the lineup. He's back behind the plate defensively for the Cantaloupes tonight. Lancaster back to the stretch. The Cantaloupes trying to dig into their 5-run deficit. This Boyd will take for a called strike, 0-1. Jeremiah Boyd, the last game he played, he actually pinch hit against the River Bandits in Tarboro, as that one's across 0-2 the count. He went 0 for 1 in that only at bat. It's been a few games since he's started against the River Bandits this season. He's hitting .273. He'll chop that one over to second, could be 2. Hilton flips to second for 1. Barango's turn to first in time for a double play. The second straight inning that Lancaster's induced a double play. And that'll bring Alden Cottle up to the plate. Alden Cottle, he was at third base last night, moves over to second tonight as he'll swing and foul the first pitch back, 0-1. With Jared Beebe moving into the lineup for this game, that usually moves Alden Cottle over to second, and Bryce Stevens, who we see at second, is expected to come into pitch at some point in this game. That's why he's not in the field as Cottle swings over that one, 0-2 the count. Alden Cottle went 1 for 4 last night against the Greenbrier Knights. That one's inside. 1-2 the count. Cottle's got a hit in 7 of his last 8 games. He's got a hit in 4 consecutive games. He'll check his swing. They say he didn't go. Cannell even up 2-2 on a ball in the dirt. Cottle again, he's over at second, and he's hitting 6th in the lineup for the Cantaloupes tonight. Across for a called strike 3. It's the first strikeout of the game for Hazen Lancaster, and it sets the Cantaloupes down here in the second. We'll head to inning number 3 with the River Bandits ahead by 5. The Steamers are proud to announce that Venture Tours, the official travel partner of the team for the 2022 season. Venture Tours is a family-owned business specializing in motor coach transportation, and the owners have been in the motor coach industry for more than 40 years. A mixture of hard work and family legacy helped to create Venture Tours, one of the most successful motor coach companies in Hampton Roads, coastal Virginia. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit venturebustours.com. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Chowan County Cantaloupes trail the Tarboro River Bandits 5-0. Chris Morris started this game for the Cantaloupes. His night is over on the mound. He went 2 innings, allowed 4 hits, 3 walks, and 5 runs. 4 coming on a couple of long home runs for Tarboro, and he'll be relieved by Bryce Stevens, who takes the mound to begin the third. For Stevens, it's his 5th appearance of the season on the mound. He's made 2 appearances in relief, and he's made 2 starts. So Bryce making his 3rd relief appearance tonight. He's pitched just over 13 innings, an ERA of 5.40. He's struck out 19 in those 13 innings. And he'll face off against Jarrett May, who leads things off in the third. May was up at the plate to end the 2nd inning when James Moses was caught trying to take third base. First pitch from Stevens is chopped foul over the Steamers' dugout, 0-1. Jarrett May 0 for 1 tonight. Flew out to left field in his only at-bat. So he'll take up high for a ball. 1-1 the count. Bryce Stevens hasn't pitched in a couple of weeks. He went 1 1/3 innings of relief and gave up a couple runs against the Virginia Beach Sea Dogs in his last game. As that one gets all the way to the backstop. 2-1 the count. That one got past all three of Jarrett May, Jeremiah Boyd, and the home plate umpire. Stevens is ready. The 2-1 pitch. Inside, and it got a piece of May. And Jarrett May will reach for the first time tonight on a hit by pitch. The leadoff man has reached in all 3 innings so far for the River Bandits, as that'll bring Tyler Dunn up to the plate. Stevens now from the stretch against Dunn. First pitch is fouled straight back, 0-1 to Dunn. We've seen a lot of familiar faces on the mound for the Cantaloupes against the River Bandits this season. A lot of Tyrus Baumgartner, a lot of Cole Bates, but tonight a couple of new faces. And Bryce Stevens, one of them. He has not pitched against Tarboro this season. So that one's way out of the zone. It gets by Jeremiah Boyd, and May will trot on down to second. The count will even up 1-1 with nobody out here in the third. Tarboro's already scored in each of the first 2 innings, put up 3 in the first inning and 2 in the second. They've got a man out in scoring position, nobody out here in the third looking to add on. 1-1 is flown out towards center field. Paulson moves to his left. He'll make the catch. May will just draw the throw. It's cut off by Chase Bruno, and it's out number 1 here in the third. Well, if you're Bryce Stevens on the mound, you know you've got a good offense behind you, but you can't stand to let this deficit grow any more than 5. Steamers had scored 5 or more runs in 4 consecutive games before only putting up 2 last night. The count's 1-0 now to Hunter McLean up for the second time. McLean nearly offers at it. He'll take it low for a ball, 2-0. McLean struck out swinging in his first at-bat to wrap up the first inning. But he's ahead here on Stevens. The 2-0 pitch is taken outside for a ball, 3-0. For Stevens, it's his first appearance on the mound since June 28th. First time here in the month of July. Behind 3-0 to McLean. The pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. 3-1. Once again, Hunter McLean hitting .246 this season for Tarboro. And he'll take that one outside. Ball 4. It's the 4th walk issued by the Cantaloupes tonight. The first by Bryce Stevens. There's runners at first and second with just 1 out here in the third. 4 walks and a hit batter combined with 4 hits. Not a recipe for success for the Cantaloupes, as Liam McFadden-Ackman will come up to the plate. McFadden-Ackman lines the first pitch he sees into right center field for a base hit. They're going to send May home. Here comes the throw, and he is safe. Diving in head first, and now moving from second to third is McLean. It's an RBI single for Liam McFadden-Ackman, It is now 6-0 River Bandits. And May barely beat that throw home, went in head first. It's the second time McFadden-Ackman has reached tonight. And now he's knocked in at least one run against the Steamers in 4 of the last 5 matchups. Still just 1 out, runners at the corners. That pitch is fouled away by Harrison Johnson. Johnson crushed a 2-run home run out to right field in his only at bat tonight. And he had a lot of time to admire it before he left the batter's box. He's got Hunter McLean over at third and Liam McFadden-Ackman at first. The River Bandits have scored in 3 consecutive innings. The 0-1 pitch up high, and McFadden-Ackman nearly took off for second. He'll head back to first as the count evens up 1-1. The 1-1. Down low, off the glove of Boyd. He lost where it was. It drifts to his right. He looked to his left. And moving into scoring position now is McFadden-Ackman. So a big chance here for Harrison Johnson to drive in some more runs. Already with 2 RBIs tonight on the home run. Tate Abbott near the grass over at first. Here's the pitch. It's up and away for a ball. 3-1 now the count. Johnson, the 5th batter that Stevens has faced here in the inning after Chris Morris went the first 2 innings. Hit high in the air down the right field line, tailing towards the pole. That ball is a long foul ball. It'll be 3-2. Morris had the same, or pardon me, Johnson had the same sort of pose in the batter's box, but that one a little less confident as it was heading foul most of the way. 3-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on, poked back towards the middle, and it's floating out where Cotto will make the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring the number 9 hitter Zeke Hilton up to the plate. Hilton 0 for 1 tonight, struck out in his only at bat. Stevens trying to strand a couple of River Bandits on the bases. Keep the Cantaloupes within shouting distance. That one's up high for a ball. 1-0 now to Hilton. Hilton, one of 2 strikeouts that Chris Morris had in his start, going 2 innings to start the night. It was his first start of the season. Hilton takes that one for a called strike. 1-1 the count. Bryce Stevens, in all 4 of his appearances this season, has given up exactly 2 earned runs. 1 already here in the inning, as that one's a bit low. 2-1 now the count to Hilton. But Stevens just 1 out away here in the third of wrapping it up and keeping those River Bandits at second and third. The 2-1. Up high, 3-1 the count. Zeke Hilton's knocked in 9 RBIs this season. He's got a chance with 2 more in scoring position, but 2 outs here in the third. Stevens is ready, the pitch. Outside ball 4. And Hilton reaches with a walk to bring the top of the order back up for the River Bandits. It's already the 5th walk for Steamers pitching. They've also hit a batter, so 6 free passes given out by the Cantaloupes tonight. As James Moses back at the plate. Moses led off this game for Tarboro. He's got a pair of hits tonight. That one comes across for a called strike, 0-1. This game's starting to resemble a bit the first matchup between the teams when the Cantaloupes walked 11 River Bandits in what was a 10-9 loss back in their first loss of the season. So Moses hits that one high in the air out to center. Moving back is Paulson. He's under it a few steps from the track, and he'll make the catch. The River Bandits add another here in the 3rd. They're now ahead 6-0 as we head to the home half of inning number 3. The Edenton Steamers are excited to announce they'll be hosting one more youth baseball camp this summer. Camp dates are July 13th through the 15th, where young ball players between the ages of 5 and 13 are welcome. The cost is $100 to register, and your kid will receive first-class instruction from some of the best college baseball players around. Visit EdentonSteamers.com to register today. That last camp starting tomorrow had over 130 in attendance for the 3-day camp in June. Tomorrow, the first day of the July camp. There's still time. We do accept walk-ups, people that want to sign up tomorrow morning. And the camp will kick off at 9 a.m., so love to get you there a bit earlier just to make sure if you're not signed up yet, you're good to go. Up near 80 participants here in the July camp. Jared Beebe will lead things off for the Cantaloupes here in the 3rd against Hayes and Lancaster. He's faced the minimum through 2 thanks to some help from a couple of double plays. That one's up high to Beebe, 1-0. So the Cantaloupes have reached a couple of times. Nate Paulson drew a walk in the 1st. Jackson Hipp singled in the 2nd, but those were both nullified by those aforementioned double plays. But it's a good count for Jared Beebe to begin the 3rd, 2-0. Beebe leaves that one down low off the foot of Heath. 3-0 the count. It's going to have to start with some base runners. You can't come back from 6-0 with one swing. So the Cantaloupes just got to get guys on. They haven't had anyone move past first base yet. As that one just misses ball 4. Jared Beebe draws a leadoff 4-pitch walk. And for the 2nd straight inning, the Cantaloupes have the leadoff man aboard. As Hunter Cole will come up to the plate for the first time tonight. Lefty on lefty, Lancaster against Cole. That one floats in for a called strike, 0-1 to Hunter Cole. Cole went 1 for 3 last night in the win over the Knights. That one's inside, nearly got him. Count will even up 1-1. Cole struggled in the last matchup against the River Bandits, struck out in all 3 of his at-bats, but back here at home, he hits much better at Historic Hicks Field. 1-1, he'll swing and miss at that one. 1-2 the count. Again, for Lancaster on the mound, it's his first start of the season, his 3rd appearance overall against the Cantaloupes this season. The 1-2 to Cole. Up high, Cole lays off. 2-2 the count. 7, 8, 9 in the Cantaloupes order due up tonight. Cole hitting 8th for the Cantaloupes this evening. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Lancaster went off speed. It's strikeout number 2 for Lancaster. And it's out number 1 here in the 3rd. And that'll bring Davis Halstead up to the plate. Halstead and Tyler West have been switching between each other in right field the last couple of games for the Cantaloupes as Halstead grounds that one softly over to 3rd. Moving in is McLean. His throw on the run to 1st in time for out number 2. And it does move Jared Beebe over to 2nd into scoring position as the Cantaloupes are back to the top of the order for the first time tonight. Chase Bruno back at the plate. Bruno grounded out in his only at-bat tonight against Lancaster. The Cantaloupes just trying to chip away here early, trailing by 6. Bruno swings at the first pitch and fouls it down the 3rd base line, 0-1. Bruno's knocked in a couple of runs against the River Bandits this season, has a chance to add on to that total with Jared Beebe out in scoring position. Lancaster's 0-1. Down in the dirt for a ball, 1-1. The season as a whole, Chase Bruno 2nd on the team in RBIs with 16, trailing just Tanner Thatch, who has 23 runs batted in. Bruno leaves that one down low. Nice stop by Heath to keep it close. 2-1 the count. We'll see if the Cantaloupes learned anything their first time through the order. Bruno, the first man to face Lancaster twice in this game. So that one floats across for a called strike. Count will even up 2-2. Two and two the count. Runner out at 2nd, 2 outs. The pitch to Bruno. Swung on foul off of Heath into the dirt. Count will remain 2-2. As Chase Bruno barely able to stay alive. The 2-2. Grounded softly over to short. Lancaster makes a nice play to get it. His throw is in the dirt, dug out by May for out number 3. A nice play by Lancaster off the mound to wrap up the 3rd inning. We'll head to the 4th here at Historic Hicks Field. The River Bandits 6, the Cantaloupes nothing. Venture Tours is excited to announce the return of their Atlantic City Casino Day trips. You don't have to break your piggy bank to visit Atlantic City for the day. Tickets are $85 and you must be 21 years or older to participate. The trip includes $35 in free slot play at Resorts Casino. And these Saturday trips offer exciting escorted trips where you can ride in comfort and luxury. If you're interested in traveling with Venture Tours, give them a call at 757-494-1480 or visit VentureBusTours.com. Venture Tours, the official travel partner of the Steamers for the 2022 season. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field for this broadcast of Chowan County Cantaloupes baseball on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. I'm Luke Mealy. Thank you so much for joining me tonight as the Cantaloupes looking to fight back into this ball game, trailing by 6. The River Bandits have scored in each of the first 3 innings tonight. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up in the order for Tarboro. Ty Barongo will lead things off. He'll go up against Bryce Stevens back on the mound for Chowan County. That one's a bit outside. 1-0 to begin the at-bat. Barongo, no stranger to getting ahead in counts. He's walked in each of his first 2 plate appearances tonight. Outside, 2-0. Stevens in for his second inning of relief. He came in for Chris Morris, who started this game on the mound and went the first 2 innings, allowed 4 runs. Pardon me, allowed 5 runs in those first 2 innings. As the count's now 3-0 to Barongo. The 3-0 pitch comes across for a called strike, 3-1. Three-one. Cross for a called strike, 3-2. Stevens works back into the count, trying to make Barongo have to swing the bat for one of the few times tonight. Stevens is ready. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's the first strikeout of the game for Bryce Stevens. And it's the first time the Cantaloupes have retired the leadoff man for the Bandits. It's out number 1 here in the 4th. Chase Heath up to the plate now for Tarboro. 1 for 2 in this game. Had a 2-run home run back in the first, a part of a 3-run inning for the River Bandits. He nearly offers at it. It comes across for a called strike. 0-1 the count to Heath. Again, Heath has had a home run in each of his last 2 matchups against the Cantaloupes. The 0-1. Swung on, chopped foul, back behind the plate. 0-2 the count. Stevens out ahead, the count 0-2. Inside, 1-2 now the count. Chase Heath's only played in what's now the 15th game for him, the 22nd overall for the River Bandits. Yet he's second on the team with 16 RBIs. He'll take that one outside. 2-2 the count. He's got 8 extra base hits this season. Good enough for second on the team, and that'll do it. That's only trailing Jarrett May, who's got 12 extra base hits, 8 home runs alone for May. So Heath's the guy who's going to hit for some power at the front part of this River Bandits lineup, as he'll foul that one back. 2-2 the count, trying to make Bryce Stevens work. some standing going on in the Cantaloupes bullpen. No throwing going on down there just yet. So we'll see how long Bryce Stevens gets. Once again, already into his second inning of work. The 2-2. Swung on, fouled under Jeremiah Boyd and straight back. Count will remain 2-2. For Stevens, his longest appearance as a pitcher this season is 5 innings. That was back in a start against the Greenbrier Knights. But he's shown the ability. He's gone 5 innings, 4 innings, 3 innings, and 1 inning. So Stevens can really do whatever you ask of him on the mound. As that one's chopped over towards short. Bruno sprinting in. He's got it. He'll throw on the run in time to retire Heath for out number 2. That'll bring Jarrett May up to the plate here with 2 outs in the 4th. May's reached once in 2 plate appearances tonight, was hit by a pitch his last time up. He'll take that one for a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is taken for a called strike, 0-2. Bryce Stevens out ahead of May, trying to retire him for the second time tonight. And settle in on the mound for the Cantaloupes. 0-2 the count. The pitch. Inside, 1-2 the count to May. Talked a lot about how he leaves the yard a lot, but he also strikes out quite a bit. Second on the team with 19 strikeouts is Jarrett May. A bit of an all-or-nothing approach. Here's the 1-2. Fouled straight back. He'll stay alive. 1-2 the count. May was the first batter that Stevens faced in relief in this game, so he's the first man to face Stevens for the second time. Stevens is ready. The 1-2 pitch to May. Swung on, hit high and fouled on the left field line. So May stays alive at 1-2. And we saw this a couple of times back in Tarboro. May will fight off a lot of 2-strike pitches. Had an 8-pitch at bat that ended in a home run out in Tarboro. Here comes the 1-2. Outside, 2-2 the count. May hitting cleanup in the River Bandits lineup tonight over at first base. Steamers haven't seen him in the field too much, mostly in that designated hitter spot. He'll take outside. A real nice at bat from May as the count fills up 3-2. Stevens looking for the first 1-2-3 inning for the Cantaloupes tonight. The 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Jarrett May works a walk, and he's aboard for the second time in this game. He's on with 2 outs here in the 4th. That'll bring Tyler Dunn up to the plate. Dunn 0 for 2 so far tonight. He's grounded out and flown out. He'll chop that one the other way over to BB at third. He's got it. His throw to first in time to retire the side here in the 4th. Stevens works the first scoreless inning for the Cantaloupes pitching staff tonight, as we'll head to the home half of the 4th here in Edenton, with the Cantaloupes trailing by 6. Every year, the Steamers are proud to have the opportunity to raise money for the Jim Catfish Hunter ALS Foundation. On Saturday, July 16th, the Steamers will wear special themed jerseys that will be auctioned off during the game. Proceeds will go towards the fight to strike out ALS. Catfish Hunter is a Major League Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher that lived just a short distance away from historic Hicks Field and was even a host family for the Steamers organization in its inaugural year. Unfortunately, he lost his battle with ALS over 20 years ago, and the Steamers will continue to carry on his legacy and do their part to strike out ALS. We thank you for your support of this great cause. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Cantaloupes are trailing by 6. Hazen Lancaster still on the mound for the River Bandits. He started this game into his 4th inning of work. And it's Nate Paulson that'll lead things off for the Cantaloupes as first pitch comes across for a called strike, 0-1. Paulson walked in his only plate appearance tonight. That one's outside, 1-1 the count. Paulson second on the team in walks with 17 behind Bryce Stevens, who's worked 19. So that one's down low, 2-1 the count. Paulson just overtook Bryce Stevens last night for the team leading on base percentage at .435. Two-one pitch inside, 3-1. Cantaloupes have had a man reach in all 3 innings, but the furthest any of them have gotten is Jared Beebe got to second. Down low, ball 4. Nate Paulson works a leadoff walk. It's his 2nd walk of the night, and he's aboard to lead off the 4th. That's maybe been the only issue for Hazen Lancaster. He's now issued 3 walks in this game. And we'll see if the Cantaloupes can finally make him pay. Tate Abbott steps into the box for the 2nd time tonight with Paulson over at first. Abbott fouls that one into the glove of Heath, 0-1 the count. Abbott grounded into a double play back in the 1st inning, one of 2 double plays that Lancaster has forced tonight. That one is fought off by Abbott, floats out over to 3rd, where McLean will easily bring it in for out number 1. That'll bring Jackson Hipp up to the plate with 1 out in the 4th, and Nate Paulson over at first. Hipp singled in his only at-bat tonight, a hard hit ball to the left side. He'll swing hard and miss at that one, 0-1 the count. Hipp has seen the River Bandits pitching well the last couple of games, went 2 for 3 in the last matchup between the teams, including a 2-run home run in that game. He'll lay off that one, and they check over at first. They say he did go around, and the count moves to 0-2. So Hipp, the pair of hits the last time they matched up and already won tonight. Trying to continue that trend against Lancaster here in the 4th. It's behind 0-2. Pitch. Swung on, barely got a piece of it, fouls it to the left side and out of play. Good job by Jackson Hipp there to stay alive and keep the at-bat going. As the Cantaloupes look for any offense. They've been shut out through the first 3 innings tonight. Hipp swings, barely got a piece of it, fouls it off the leg of Heath. Count will remain 0-2. Jackson Hipp had a hit in 5 consecutive games coming into tonight. He's added on for his 6th straight game with a hit after his 2nd inning single. Trying to keep the at-bat going against Hayes and Lancaster. 0-2. The pitch. Down in the dirt. Good eye from Hip. 1-2 the count. Hip hitting in that fourth spot is the designated hitter for the Cantaloupes tonight. As that one comes across for a called strike 3, and it's out number 2 here in the fourth. That's the third strikeout of the game for Hayes and Lancaster. As Jeremiah Boyd will come up to the plate now for the Cantaloupes. Boyd grounded into a double play his first time up. He'll pop that one out over to first, where May is able to bring it in for out number 3. We'll head to the fourth inning here at historic Hicks Field. The Cantaloupes still being shut out. It's 6-0 River Bandits. Is your kid a fan of the Clam? Why not sign them up for the Steamers Kids Club, presented by Weatherly Insurance. Membership is free for all kids ages 12 and under, and they receive 4 free tickets, a club t-shirt, a discount to baseball camp, and an invitation to an exclusive meet and greet event with the players. You can visit EdentonSteamers.com and download a registration form today. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Steamers are the Chowan County Cantaloupes for the third time this season. They've gone 1-1 in the Cantaloupes jersey so far, and they're in danger of dropping their second, behind 6-0 against the Tarboro River Bandits here tonight. The Steamers turned the Cantaloupes 4 times this season on every home Tuesday at historic Hicks Field. Once again, this is the third of those 4, and it's all thanks to a partnership with the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Albemarle. These jerseys will be auctioned off on the final home Tuesday, and all the proceeds will go back to the Boys and Girls Club. It's all for a good cause. Hunter McLean will lead things off for the River Bandits to begin the 5th against Bryce Stevens on the mound, and he'll swing through the first pitch he sees. 0-1 the count. Stevens out for his 3rd inning in relief of Chris Morris. That one's out in the dirt, picked up by Boyd. 1-1 the count. Stevens trying to settle things down and keep the Cantaloupes in it as Allen's outside to McLean. 2-1. 5 runs came across against Morris through the first 2 innings. 4 hits and 3 walks in those innings. Now Stevens has walked 3 and allowed 1 hit, but he's only allowed 1 more run to come across. So that's swung on and missed by McLean. 2-2. Stevens now up to 52 pitches in this game. The Cantaloupes, they do have a pretty fresh bullpen after that 6-day layoff. The 2-2 pitch across for a called strike 3, and it's out number 1 here in the 5th. Second strikeout for Bryce Stevens in this game, and it's out number 1 here in inning number 5. as Liam McFadden-Ackman will come up to the plate. Back to the bullpen, Nicky Wolking started and went 8 1/3 last night. Tyrus Bumgarner came in relief and only had to throw 9 pitches for the final 2 outs. So a lot of guys that haven't been used in over a week. Stevens was one of them. That one's up high to McFadden-Ackman, 1-0. Stevens hadn't pitched since June 28th before getting into the game tonight. McFadden-Ackman has reached twice in 2 plate appearances as that one's down low, 2-0. He walked his first time up and had an RBI single in the 3rd, which is the only run that Stevens has allowed tonight. And again, McFadden-Ackman has hit the Cantaloupes hard this season. Knocking in at least 1 run in 4 of the last 5 matchups. The 2-0 pitch down low for a ball. 3-0 now the count to McFadden-Ackman. Stevens is ready. The 3-0 pitch. This is outside, ball 4. It's a 1-out walk for Liam McFadden-Ackman. His 2nd walk of the night. He's reached all 3 times. It's walk number 4 for Bryce Stevens, as Harrison Johnson will come up to the plate. Johnson 1 for 2 tonight against the Cantaloupes. He'll leave the first pitch low in the dirt, gets to the backstop, and that'll allow McFadden-Ackman to trot over to second. Johnson had a 2-run home run back in the 2nd inning and had a soft line out in the 3rd. So he's had the 2 extremes. He crushed that home run out to right field and hit it about as soft as you could in the air over to Alden Cottle at second. So now a man in scoring position for the River Bandits with 1 out here in the 5th. They're going to call Bryce Stevens for a balk, and that'll allow McFadden-Ackman to advance to 3rd. So the River Bandits moving guys along without having to swing the bat here, as McFadden-Ackman's just 90 feet away from extending this lead. Johnson swing sends that one high down the line towards the River Bandits bullpen. That's where it'll land. And out of play, 1-1 the count. Once again, Bryce Stevens, his longest outing this season was as a starter. He went 5 innings in that game. He's already in his 3rd inning of relief tonight. Trying to keep the deficit at just 6 for the Cantaloupes. The 1-1, swing and a miss from Johnson. 1-2 the count. Here's the 1-2. Down in the dirt. It gets away from Boyd a little bit. McFadden-Ackman will head on back to 3rd as the count evens up 2-2. We're nearly the 3rd time through the River Bandits order. They've struck out just 4 times, a lot of long at-bats. They've drawn 7 walks. They have 5 hits. Here comes the 2-2 from Stevens. Down in the dirt, Boyd, it's right beneath him. He was quick to get up for it, and the count will fill up. 3-2 to Harrison Johnson. 3-2 the count to Johnson. Stevens is ready. The pitch. Inside, ball 4. It's the second walk of the inning for the River Bandits. That's the 8th walk in this game issued by Cantaloupes pitching, and there's runners at the corners with 1 out here in the 5th. That'll bring up Zeke Hilton, the number 9 hitter tonight for Tarboro. He's got Liam McFadden-Ackman over at third and Harrison Johnson at first. They both walk to reach base. That one's up high to Hilton, 1-0 the count. Hilton's reached once in a pair of plate appearances tonight. He walked in the 3rd inning, struck out back in the 2nd inning. He waves the bat high over his head. That pitch is down in the dirt, stopped by Jeremiah Boyd, and the count moves to 2-0. We haven't seen the Cantaloupes pitching staff lose control too often this season, but once again, the only one as of note, the first time these teams matched up, they walked 11 River Bandits out in Tarboro. So that one's down low, 3-0 now the count to Hilton. As Bryce Stevens trying to find the zone here in the 5th. The pitch. Outside, ball 4. Hilton walks on 4 pitches, and the bases are now loaded here in the 5th for Tarboro. 3 consecutive walks for the River Bandits. That's now 9 walks overall for Tarboro, as Justin Hill will head out to have a chat with Stevens. Jeremiah Boyd will head out for this conversation as well, as we're back to the top of the order for the River Bandits. It'll be their 4th time through already. And an extended conversation. It looks like that's going to do it for Bryce Stevens. We'll have another pitching change here at Historic Hicks Field with the River Bandits out ahead by 6 here in the 5th. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Chowan County Cantaloupes are trailing the Tarboro River Bandits 6-0 here in the fifth. The River Bandits still threatening. Back to the top of the order for Tarboro. It's James Moses. And onto the mound for the first time tonight, Jared Beebe pitching for the Cantaloupes. He moves over from third to the mound as Alden Cottle goes from second to third, and Bryce Stevens goes from the mound to second. For those keeping score at home, Beebe's first pitch in the dirt handled by Jeremiah Boyd for ball one. It's 1-0. It's only the third appearance on the mound for Jared Beebe this season. He's thrown 2 1/3. Hasn't allowed an earned run in either of those 2 appearances. As Bryce Stevens responsible for the 3 men on right now. All 3 reached on a walk. That pitch is fouled away by Moses. 1-1 the count. James Moses 2 for 3 so far in this game. Singled his first 2 at-bats before flying out in his last. He's got the bases loaded here with just 1 out. An opportunity to really break this thing open. As now Beebe will step off. Count will remain 1-1. Beebe's ready, the 1-1. Outside, 2-1. We've really only seen Beebe as a hitter this season. He has two-way potential, as why he's in the game for the 3rd time. He's played in now 20 games as a hitter, and it's his 3rd game as a pitcher. So that one misses. 3-1 now the count. Beebe at Barton College pitched 1 inning this spring. Allowed a couple of hits and a couple of walks in that game. Was real good as a hitter at Barton College and is trying to blossom into more 2-way opportunities here in Edenton this summer. The 3-1 pitch, down low, ball 4, and that'll walk a run home for the River Bandits. It's the 4th consecutive walk issued by Cantaloupes pitching. It's now 7-0 Tarboro. And it's the 10th walk from the Cantaloupes overall, nearing that season high of 11, which was against the River Bandits back in early June. Ty Barongo up to the plate now for Tarboro, hitting second. He's walked twice himself, and he's got the bases loaded with just 1 out. So that one's across for a called strike, 0-1 to Barongo. Beebe, the 3rd pitcher used tonight for the Cantaloupes. Chris Morris started this game with the first 2. Bryce Stevens relieved him for the next 2 1/3. And that one misses to Barongo. 1-1 the count. Again, only 5 hits so far for the River Bandits. They've been pretty timely hits. 3 of those hits have knocked in 5 runs. As that one swung on and missed. 1-2 the count. They always say walks will come back to get you, and especially when you have double-digit walks in one game, it's always going to hurt a little bit more. That one is swung on and missed. Jared Beebe gets his first strikeout of the night for out number 2 here in the 5th. And that'll bring the catcher Chase Heath up to the plate as he ripped off the last of his padding. Heath 1 for 3 tonight, had a 2-run home run back in the 1st. He's got Harrison Johnson over at third, Zeke Hilton down at second, and James Moses at first. They all reached on walks. So that one's hit high in the air out towards left field. Cole moving back to the fence, looking up, and that ball is gone. A grand slam for Chase Heath. It's his second home run of the night, and he has blown this one wide open. It is now 11-0 River Bandits. That's the first grand slam allowed by Steamers pitching this season. Heath has knocked in 6 of the 11 runs. There is not a lot of energy here at historic Hicks Field. Jarrett May will come up to the plate now to face Beebe. May's reached twice in 3 appearances tonight, and he'll send that one through the middle. It's the third time he's reached in this game, first by way of a hit. That's hit number 7 for the River Bandits. As Tyler Dunn comes up to the plate, he's the 9th man to step to the plate in the inning for the River Bandits. Tyler Dunn up at the plate. He's the only River Bandit to not reach base so far tonight. He's 0 for 3. He'll swing and float that one into right field, and he'll change that with a base hit. May turns the corner. He thought about heading for third. Halstead gets it in, and the runners hold at first and second. That's 3 consecutive hits for the River Bandits. And just like that, they've got 2 men on, 2 outs here in the 5th. They've already brought 5 runs across here in the 5th. And still searching for more as Hunter McLean steps up to the plate. McLean struck out twice and walked in this game as he'll take for a called strike, 0-1. Jared Beebe and Tanner Thatch were the only 2 Cantaloupes pitchers that hadn't allowed a run yet this season. As now Thatch stands alone as Beebe's let a couple come across. One and one the count with Hunter McLean. As now every River Bandit has reached at some point tonight. That one comes across for a called strike. 1-2 the count. 10 walks drawn by Tarboro to go with 8 hits. They've totaled 11 runs. Beebe trying to finish off a tough 5th inning, and he'll step off. Jarrett May down at second, Tyler Dunn over at first. They each singled. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, fought off towards right field. Halstead moving in, he's under it. And he'll make the catch to wrap up the nightmare 5th inning for the Cantaloupes. The River Bandits put 5 more on the board and get out to an 11-0 lead here at historic Hicks Field. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Chowan County Cantaloupes have dug a pretty deep hole, down 11-0 against the Tarboro River Bandits. Alden Cottle will lead things off for the Cantaloupes in the fifth. He'll take one up and in for a ball, 1-0. 6, 7, and 8 due up in the order for the Cantaloupes, as Hazen Lancaster still on the mound for the River Bandits. So that one's a bit outside, 2-0 the count. Cantaloupes have put a man on in every inning against Lancaster, but still unable to bring anyone around. As that one's down low, 3-0. Now to Cottle as that one floats out past second base on the throw from Chase Heath behind the plate. Cantaloupes have only mustered one hit against Lancaster through the first 4 innings. So that one's down low, ball 4, and that's really the only thing that Lancaster has struggled with. That's his 4th walk of this game. And even with no runs, that's the 3rd consecutive inning the leadoff man has reached for the Cantaloupes. They've now got a walk in 4 of the 5 innings tonight. And that'll bring the man who just moved on to the mound for the Cantaloupes, Jared Beebe, at the plate. And it's hard to believe with some River Bandits already through 4 at-bats. This is only the 2nd plate appearance for Beebe. He'll chop that one over to third. It'll be handled by McLean. Throw to second for 1. Throw over to first, goes high and into the River Bandits dugout. So it's a fielder's choice for Jared Beebe. He'll move over to second on the throw that got away, and there's 1 out here in the inning. The Steamers haven't had a runner get further than second base. Jared Beebe's down there for the 2nd time tonight. Hunter Cole at the plate. He struck out his only time up tonight. He'll leave that one up and in for a ball, 1-0. No throwing going on in the River Bandits bullpen. They seem content with letting Lancaster roll with this 11-run lead. It's his first start of the season, as Cole takes inside for a ball, 2-0. Cole fights that one off in the infield. Lancaster moves under it. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Two outs here in the 5th as Davis Halstead will come up to the plate for the Cantaloupes. As they look to still put their first run on the board. The Cantaloupes have been shut out just 1 time this season. That was back on June 14th here at home against the Norfolk Redbirds. A 4-0 win for the Redbirds. So Halstead trying to keep that as the only shutout against the team this season. He's behind 0-1. Halstead getting the start out in right field tonight after getting the night off. Pop that one to the left side. Barango backhand throws to third. And they say Beebe got around the tag. He's in safe. Barango running hard to his right. Didn't have a play over at first, so he opted to try and get the lead runner for the final out and threw it over to Hunter McLean at third, but he was a bit off the bag, so he couldn't lay the tag down. Runners at first and third. Now for the Cantaloupes as they're back to the top of the order. Chase Bruno up to the plate. It's the 3rd time through the order for Bruno. He's grounded out in each of his 2 at-bats tonight. He'll take up and in, 1-0 the count. The first step is just trying to get back on the board. 1-0 the count. The pitch. Bruno swings and misses, 1-1. Bruno, once again, he's second on the team in RBIs with 16 this season. Has a chance with a runner over at third and 2 outs. That one's outside, 2-1 the count. Lancaster from the stretch, the 2-1. Down low for a ball. Heath kept it close. So Halstead will hold it first. Count moves to 3-1 to chase Bruno. Lancaster's ready with runners at the corners. The 3-1. Swung on, grounded to the left side. Diving past McLean into left field. It's an RBI single for Chase Bruno to put the Cantaloupes on the board. It's now 11-1 Tarboro. It's the 17th run batted in for Chase this season. And that'll bring Nate Paulson up to the plate. Paulson leaves that one down and in for a ball, 1-0. Paulson's reached twice tonight. He walked in each of his 2 plate appearances. Trying to keep the line moving here in the 5th with the Cantaloupes on the board for the first time. That one's outside, 2-0 the count. That was only the second hit of the game for the Cantaloupes. They had reached base with 4 walks as well, but once again, only the second hit. 2-0 the count to Nate Paulson. Pitch. He waits on it as it comes in for a called strike, 2-1. His 2 walks tonight now put him 1 behind Bryce Stevens for the team lead. Stevens with 19 free passes this season. Paulson now up to 18. That one's down in the dirt, somehow scooped out by Heath, 3-1. The right-handed catcher was to his right, but he didn't turn to the backhand. Was able to still underhand scoop it. Paulson ahead 3-1 with runners at first and second. On the inside corner for strike 2, the count will fill up on Paulson, who's already helped his team leading .435 on base percentage with a couple walks tonight. Trying to add on to it here. He's got Davis Halstead at second, Chase Bruno at first. They'll be off on the pitch, and Lancaster steps off. Halstead was already ready to go, but nobody was covering second. It's now the second baseman, Zeke Hilton, for the River Bandits, shades over towards the bag. Again, they'll be off on the pitch. 3-2 the count. The pitch to Halstead. Fouled straight back, and we'll do it again. Nate Paulson knocked in one of the 2 Steamers runs last night with an RBI double, trying to make it 2 games in a row with a run batted in. 3-2 the count. The pitch. Called strike 3. Lancaster went to the off speed and gets Nate Paulson looking. The Cantaloupes do get on the board here in the 5th thanks to an RBI single from Chase Bruno. We'll head to the 6th here at historic Hicks Field with the River Bandits out ahead by 10. Edenton IT has all your repair needs. Another cracked phone screen? They've seen it. Computer virus has taken over? They've battled it. Password recovery needed? They've got you. Time for a software update? Hand it over. In dire need of family filtering? Well, every family needs some of that. Call Edenton IT at 252-573-4591 or visit them online at edentonit.com. No one likes to strike out by missing a Zoom call, losing data, having slow software, or a broken computer. Once again, call Edenton IT at 252-573-4591 for all your computer service needs. Or you can visit them at 203 South Broad Street in downtown Edenton. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where it's been a tough night for the Cantaloupes, trailing the Tarboro River Bandits 11-1 as we're set to begin the 6th inning of play. Tarboro really broke things open with a 5-run 5th inning, capped off by a grand slam from Chase Heath. He's got 2 home runs tonight. Jared Beebe back on the bump for the Cantaloupes to begin the 6th. They'll face 7, 8, 9 in the River Bandits order. And the 7, 8, 9 spots in the order for the River Bandits have reached in 7 of their 9 plate appearances. So they've been dominant top to bottom in this order tonight. Liam McFadden-Ackman will lead things off for Tarboro. He's walked twice and has knocked in a run with a single. That one's down low from Beebe, 2-0. The River Bandits have scored in 4 of their 5 offensive opportunities so far tonight as McFadden-Ackman sends that one out to center, and Nate Paulson is able to run it down for out number 1. Nate Paulson's been a sure thing defensively out in center field, had a nice diving catch last night. And he makes the running catch there for out number 1. It's the first time McFadden-Ackman has been sent down tonight, and that'll bring Harrison Johnson up to the plate. Johnson 1 for 2 tonight with a walk, at a 2-run home run back in the 2nd inning. So he'll take for a called strike, 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch is down in the dirt for a ball, 1-1 the count. Remember, the Cantaloupes are also the Steamers on a 10-game home winning streak, in danger of being snapped tonight. Last time they lost here at historic Hicks Field was to these same River Bandits back on June 15th. That was a 5-2 loss here to Tarboro. And that's one of 4 Tarboro wins in this season series. The River Bandits have won 4 of the 6 matchups so far, threatening to take their 5th of 7. And these teams, they'll see a lot more of each other this season, 6 more times. They meet 13 times this season, more than any other opponent for the Cantaloupes this season. The top 2 teams in the PCL. 1-2 pitches off of Johnson, and he's going to reach base. The second hit batter for Cantaloupes pitching tonight. And Johnson is aboard for the 3rd time in this game. So it's been 10 walks and 2 hit batters for Cantaloupes pitching. 12 free passes given out overall as Zeke Hilton will come up to the plate. Hilton's walked twice tonight and struck out back in the 2nd. As he'll swing at the first pitch, pop it up foul behind home plate. 0-1 the count. The River Bandits have dominated through the order time and time again, and remember, there's really not much room for them to sub any guys out and give them a breather. They've only got one available position player off the bench. Have to save that for any injuries as that one's down low. 1-1 the count. Dane Hoggard is that one position player, the only returner to the River Bandits this season from last season's PCL championship winning team. One and one the count to Hilton. Pitch from Beebe, swung on and missed on a pitch outside. 1-2 the count. Beebe, the third pitcher used tonight for the Cantaloupes. Chris Morris went the first 2 innings, allowed 5 earned. Bryce Stevens went the next 2 1/3 and allowed 4 as that one's hit high in the air to shallow right field. It's in the infield, and Stevens is under it. He'll make the catch for out number 2. And then Bryce Stevens eventually moved from the mound over to second base, as you saw there, and Jared Beebe moved from third up to the mound. And to complete all those rotations, Alden Cottle moved from second base over to third. As the River Bandits working through the order for the 5th time tonight, James Moses, the leadoff man for Tarboro, back up to the plate for his 5th plate appearance. He's got a couple of hits and a walk in this game. He'll line that one back into center field. It'll drop in front of Paulson for a base hit. It's the 3rd hit of the game for James Moses. He's got 3 of the 9 hits tonight for Tarboro. And they've got 2 aboard with 2 outs here in the 6th. We really haven't seen the Cantaloupes get handled like this at any point this season. Their largest defeat was a 6-run loss to the Greenbrier Knights back on June 8th. Since then, their largest defeat was just 5 runs to these same River Bandits. Ty Barongo up to the plate for the 5th time in this game. He'll take outside for a ball, 1-0. Barongo's reached twice with a pair of walks, but he's struck out each of his last 2 at-bats. That one's up across for a called strike, 1-1. Runners at first and second for the River Bandits. It's Harrison Johnson down at second and James Moses at first. Outside, 2-1 the count. The River Bandits put a run across in 4 of the first 5 innings, trying to add on another here in the 6th. Jared Beebe looking to pitch the Cantaloupes' second scoreless inning of the night. Beebe's ready to pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air out to shallow left field. Bruno moves back from short. Cole moves in from left. He'll call him off and make the catch for out number 3. The second scoreless inning for the Cantaloupes pitching staff tonight. We'll head to the home half of the 6th here at historic Hicks Field with the River Bandits ahead by 10. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Chowan County Cantaloupes trail the Tarboro River Bandits 11-1. Cantaloupes in danger of ending a 10-game home winning streak here at historic Hicks Field. Tate Abbott will lead things off for the Cantaloupes. He'll be against Hayes and Lancaster, out for his 6th inning on the mound. That one's up high for a ball, 1-0. The Cantaloupes did put one on the board back in the 5th, slightly chipping away. It was once an 11-run lead. So that one's across. 1-1 now the count to Abbott. Tate Abbott 0 for 2 tonight. He grounded into a double play back in the 1st and popped out in his 2nd at bat. He'll take that one up high, 2-1. Lancaster now up over 75 pitches in this game. So that one comes across for a called strike to Abbott to even things up, 2-2. Abbott went 1 for 3 last night, still looking for his first hit in this game. Cantaloupes with only 2 hits as a team. Abbott sends that one high out towards left field. Dunn's under it. He'll make the catch for out number 1 here in the 6th. The 2 hits have come off the bats of Jackson Hipp and Chase Bruno, as Bryce Stevens will come up to the plate. Hitting in the spot of Jackson Hipp, who was the designated hitter tonight for the Cantaloupes, and as mentioned, had one of those 2 hits. Stevens out ahead 1-0 against Lancaster. Stevens didn't start this game, but came in as a pitcher, eventually moved out to second base. So that one's up and in, nearly got him. 2-0 the count. At the plate, Stevens hitting .212 this season, getting on base at a .423 percentage. It's the 2nd best on this Cantaloupe squad. He's looking to get on base here and allow any sort of rally to start here for Chowan County. The 2-0. Swung on, chopped high over to third, over the head of McLean into left field. It's the 3rd hit of the night for the Cantaloupes, and Bryce Stevens is aboard in his first at-bat. That'll bring Jeremiah Boyd up to the plate with 1 out here in the 6th. Jeremiah Boyd 0 for 2 so far tonight. Grounded into a double play of his own and popped out as well. That one's across for a called strike, going 1 to Boyd. A bit of throwing going on in the River Bandits bullpen. They had some throwing going on when they were hitting in the top half of the 6th, so we'll see how long the leash is for Lancaster as the 0-1 is taken for a called strike, going 2 to Boyd. Boyd back in the lineup after having the last couple of games off from starting behind the plate. Case Kermode got the nod back there for the last few games. So the 0-2 is up and away. 1-2 the count to Boyd. Boyd will take that one for a called strike 3, or pardon me, a swing and a miss for strike 3, and it's out number 2 here in the 6th. It's strikeout number 5 for Hayes and Lancaster on the mound. as Alden Cottle comes to the plate. First pitch to Cottle down near his feet, 1-0 the count. Cottle's reached once in a couple of plate appearances tonight. He's struck out and walked. He'll swing and miss at that one. Count will even up 1-1. Lancaster now up over 85 pitches. So that one's outside for a ball, 2-1. We saw the Greenbrier Knights starter, Henry Suira, throw 100 pitches through 7 innings last night. So the Steamers have faced a lot of starting pitching the last 2 games as Cottle will ground that one foul to the third base side. Count will even up 2-2. And they only got 1 run against Suira through 7 innings. They've only got 1 through Lancaster as he's 1 out away from finishing his 6th inning. So the bat's lightening up a bit over the last 2 games. So that one's across for a called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for Hazen Lancaster. He's up to 6 strikeouts in the game. We'll head to the 7th inning here at Historic Hicks Field with the River Bandits out ahead 11-1. Hello and welcome back to Historic Hicks Field, where the Cantaloupes trail the River Bandits by 10. We've got another pitching change for Chowan County. It's position player Alden Cottle onto the mound for the first time this season, and he'll relieve Jared Beebe. Cottle's had a journey around this field. He started the game out at second base, moved over to third, and now he's on the mound against Chase Heath. His first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Now Cottle, not a two-way guy, as the Steamers have a few of those. He did not pitch at the University of Mount Olive in any appearances this season. So that one's across for a called strike, 1-1 to Heath. Heath's had a good night. He's 2 for 4, a couple of home runs, and 6 runs batted in, including a grand slam in his last at-bat. The 1-1 from Cottle is across for a called strike, 1-2. So Cottle's the fourth different pitcher used tonight by the Cantaloupes. Chris Morris started this game, went a couple of innings. Bryce Stevens went 2 1/3. Jared Beebe came in, went an inning and 2/3. So that one's grounded over to short. Bruno to his left. He'll throw to first. Houston Wright had to come off the bag, and he applies the tag for out number 1. Houston Wright into the game for the first time, makes an athletic play off of first base for out number 1. One of 2 defensive switches for the Cantaloupes in this inning. Wright in over at first for Tate Abbott, and Tyler West comes over to third. So that'll bring Jarrett May up to the plate. First pitch is across for a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is grounded over to third. West stays down on it. His throw to first is in the dirt, dug out by Wright for out number 2. Houston Wright showing off of some of his defensive ability over there at first for the first couple outs here in the 7th. Have to wonder if Alden Cottle took any tips from Blake Gibson, also from the University of Mount Olive. Gibson, his teammate. But Gibson, normally a pitcher. As that one's fought off towards shortstop. Bruno's under it. He'll make the catch. And Alden Cottle comes into the game and works the first 1-2-3 inning of the night for the Cantaloupes pitching staff. We'll head to the home half of the 7th here at Historic Hicks Field with the River Bandits ahead by 10. The Steamers are excited to announce a newfound partnership with the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Albemarle. This season will mark our first annual jersey fundraiser for the organization. To coincide with our Chowan County Cantaloupes moniker, we'll be wearing special themed jerseys on all home Tuesdays at Historic Hicks Field. At our final home Tuesday on July 19th, we'll be auctioning off the Cantaloupes jerseys. All proceeds will go towards the summer programs that benefit the kids of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Albemarle. We would like to extend a huge thank you to RC Theaters Albemarle Movies 8 for their sponsorship and support of the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you for your support of this great cause. Once again, tonight is the third of 4 Cantaloupes games this season. So far, the team 1-1 in the Cantaloupes jerseys, in danger of falling to 1-2 if the score holds tonight. So we've got our first pitching change tonight for the River Bandits. It's Landon Higgerson into the game. He comes in for Hazen Lancaster, who went the first 6 innings, allowed 3 hits, 4 walks. And that'll bring Tyler West up to the plate for the first time tonight. Tyler changed his walk-up song earlier today to Famous by Kanye West, so we'll see if that helps him out a bit in his first at-bat. He's the first man to face Higgerson in this game. The first pitch is across for a strike, 0-1 the count. This is the 7th appearance of the season for Higgerson. He's pitched in 16 innings. As West will chop that one off his foot into the field of play. Foul And the count moves to 0-2. Tyler West got the start out in right field last night, went 0 for 2 and reached when he was hit by a pitch. He went 0 for 1 the last time these teams matched up. That one's up high, 1-2 the count. One-two pitches swung on and missed by West for out number 1. It's the first strikeout for Landon Higgerson. And Higgerson has seen the Steamers before. He went 4 1/3, allowed 4 hits and 3 runs in his last appearance against Edenton. As Hunter Cole will come up to the plate for the 3rd time tonight. He'll swing at the first pitch, chop it over to first. It gets up on Jarrett May, but he'll beat Cole to the bag for out number 2. And Davis Halstead will come to the plate now for the 3rd time for the Cantaloupes. Halstead 0 for 2 so far in this game. A ground out and a fielder's choice as that one just misses low for a ball 1-0. The 1-0. Swung on, fouled on the first base side, out of play. 1-1 the count. Halstead came into this game with just 23 at-bats. He was hitting .391 in those at-bats. As Higgerson went a bit sidearm on that one. The count moves to 2-1. Trying to change the arm slot that Halstead sees the ball from. The 2-1. Swung on, fought off out towards short. Barango gets it on one hop, and he's going to have no play as Halstead beats it out. It's an infield single for Davis Halstead. It's just the 4th hit of the night for the Cantaloupes, and now they're to the top of the order for the 4th time tonight. Chase Bruno up to the plate now for the Cantaloupes. He's 1 for 3. Bruno's knocked in the only run of the game for the Cantaloupes tonight. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single in his last at bat. So he'll take that one down low for a ball, 1-0. Bruno hitting solid as a Cantaloupe through the 3 Cantaloupe games this season. He's now 5 for 11 with that RBI. He'll ground that one over to short. Barango's got it. He'll flip to second for the final out here in the 7th. We'll head to inning number 8 here at historic Hicks Field with the River Bandits out ahead by 10. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Chowan County Cantaloupes trail the Tarboro River Bandits 11-1 as we're set to begin the 8th. Alden Cottle back on the mound for the Cantaloupes for his second inning of work. He'll face off against Hunter McLean. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Cottle worked the first and only 1-2-3 inning of the night for the Cantaloupes pitching staff back in the 7th. That one's inside, 2-0. Again, Cottle usually a position player, not touted as one of the two-way guys that the Cantaloupes have this season. The 2-0 is up high for a ball, 3-0. Now the count to McLean. McLean 0 for 3 tonight. He has reached with a walk. But still looking for his first hit of the game. The 3-0 from Cottle. Across for a called strike, 3-1 the count. Again, Cottle, the fourth pitcher used by Chowan County in this game. Chris Morris started. He was followed by Bryce Stevens and Jared Beebe. That one's fouled away, 3-2 the count. Six, 7, and 8 due up in the order for the River Bandits in this inning. It's Hunter McLean leading things off in that 6th spot. The 3-2 from Cottle. Called strike 3. The first strikeout for Alden Cottle of the season. As Hunter McLean's down looking, he was halfway to first base by the time that call was made, and it's out number 1 here in the 8th. That'll bring Liam McFadden-Ackman up to the plate now for the River Bandits. He'll take that one across for a called strike at the knees. 0-1 the count to McFadden-Ackman. He's reached 3 times tonight, a couple of walks and an RBI single. But he did fly out in his last at-bat. So that one hit inside for a ball. 1-1 now the count. Not quite sure if Alden Cottle has any sort of pitch limit, but we'll see what Justin Hill does as that one's up high. 2-1 the count. Again, he's got a pretty good bullpen ready to go, but this is a team that doesn't have an off day for a while. Their next off day is the All-Star break, the Home Run Derby on Friday, July 22nd, and the All-Star game itself on Saturday, July 23rd. So that one swung on and missed, 2-2. And then the only real off day with no action is the next day, July 24th, as the Home Run Derby and All-Star game both taking place here at historic Hicks Field. It was out in Tarboro last season. Here's the 2-2 from Cottle outside. 3-2 the count. Cantaloupes, or the Steamers, had 10 All-Stars in the game last season. We'll see how many they can put on the team this year as McFadden-Ackman lines that one to deep left field, and that ball is gone. A solo home run for Leah McFadden-Ackman, the second run he's knocked in tonight. The 4th home run of the game for the River Bandits, and that extends the lead. It's now 12-1 Tarboro. Cottle had retired the first 4 batters he's faced this season before that home run. The River Bandits now with 7 home runs across the last 2 games between these two teams. So that one's taken for a called strike to Harrison Johnson, 0-1 the count. Johnson has one of those 4 home runs tonight at a 2-run blast back in the second. He'll check his swing. And they say he didn't go. Cannell even up 1-1. So Johnson has that home run, and since then he's reached a couple more times. He walked and was hit by a pitch. 1-1 is out in the dirt for a ball. 2-1 the count. Some throwing going on in the River Bandits bullpen. They've only used 2 pitchers tonight, with Hayes and Lancaster going the first 7 and Landon Higgerson picking up. It was actually Lancaster going the first 6 and Higgerson picking up the 7th. Two and two the count to Harrison Johnson. Pitch from Cottle. Swing and a miss. Alden Cottle gets his second strikeout of the inning. And it's out number 2 here in the 8th. That'll bring Zeke Hilton up to the plate now for the River Bandits. First pitch is up high for a ball. 1-0 to Hilton. Hilton still without a hit tonight for Tarboro. He's reached twice with a couple of walks, but he's also struck out and popped out in this game. He'll foul that one over the right side and out of play. 1-1 the count. No throwing going on in the Cantaloupes bullpen. They may let Cottle just go the rest of the way, as that one misses a bit inside for a ball. 2-1. I mentioned a lot of consecutive games without an off day for this team, and they're heading out to Tarboro tomorrow. So you don't want to use pitching if you really don't have to, as the count moves to 3-1. In total, it's 11 consecutive days with a game for the Cantaloupes. Here's the 3-1. Up high, ball 4. It's the first walk issued by Alden Cottle. Hilton has worked his 3rd walk of the night. And that'll put a man aboard with 2 outs here in the 8th. Now through the order for the 6th time tonight, James Moses is up to the plate. He's 3 for 4 in the game. He's also walked in a run for Tarboro. As that walk from Cottle, the 11th of the game, matches a season high for Cantaloupes pitching, which they did back in Tarboro earlier in the season, as Moses sends that one high in the air out to right field. Looking up, that one's off the wall. Picking it up is Case Kermode. He'll get it into second, and it is in time for the final out. Case Kermode out in right field for the first time tonight, and he guns out a runner at second to wrap up the 8th inning. We'll head to the bottom half of inning number 8 with the River Bandits ahead 12-1. Who's ready to rock? The first annual Clam Jam is coming up on Saturday, September 24th. We'll welcome 3 awesome bands to jam out at historic Hicks Field. Starting at 4 p.m. that afternoon, PB&J will take the stage, followed by the Eric Dunlow Band at 6 and the headlining Daniel Jordan Band at 8 p.m. Advanced tickets will be available at EdentonSteamers.com for $15 or can be purchased at the gate that night for $20. Bring your lawn chair and take the field for the rockin' event. Numerous food and beverage options will be available all night. We hope to see you there. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field for the bottom half of the 8th inning between the Chowan County Cantaloupes and the Tarboro River Bandits. Case Kermode up to the plate for the first time tonight, and he'll swing at the first pitch he sees and ground it back through the middle for a base hit. Case Kermode came into the game for Nate Paulson. He was out in right field in the top of the 8th, threw out a runner at second, and now he's got a hit. So Case Kermode, the outfielder, a good start here for him, and that'll bring up another new face. Houston Wright up to the plate for the first time tonight. He's into the game for Tate Abbott, who went 0 for 3. Wright also with a new walk-up song, just like Tyler West had tonight as he fouls that one straight back. 0-1 the count. That's now the 5th time in 8 innings that the Cantaloupes have had the leadoff man aboard. But as Wright will get under that one and pop it foul, third base side and out of play, 0-2. Wright came in as a pinch hitter the last time these teams faced off, went 0 for 1 in that at-bat. Wright overall hitting .206 this season and 63 at-bats. As he'll send that one high in the air, third base side foul again. It'll remain 0-2. Wright against the River Bandits, 1 for 8 as a whole this season with 3 RBIs. All 3 of those RBIs came back in the first matchup in Tarboro. That one's up high for a ball, 1-2. And it's Nico Felber on the mound for the first time in this game, the third pitcher used tonight by the River Bandits. That one swung on and missed by Wright, strike 3 for out number 1 here in the 8th. For Felber, it's his 8th appearance of the season on the mound. His first against the Steamers with a 2.57 ERA. As Bryce Stevens will come up to the plate for the second time tonight. It's first time he's faced Felber. First pitch misses for a ball. 1-0 the count to Bryce Stevens. Stevens 1 for 1 tonight, singled in his only at bat. He takes that one up high for a ball, 2-0. Stevens came into the game as a pitcher, eventually moved over to second base when he was taken off the mound, and he's hitting in the spot of Jackson Hipp as he grounds that one fouled on the third base side, 2-1 the count. Cantaloupes now up to 5 hits on the game. Still struggling to put runs on the board. Just 1 run in this game off an RBI single from Chase Bruno. So that one misses, 3-1 the count to Bryce Stevens. On the other side for the River Bandits, they've got 12 runs on 11 hits and 11 walks. Here's the 3-1. Hit high in the air out to shallow center field. Moving in is Moses. He's under it. He'll make the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring Jeremiah Boyd up to the plate with 2 outs in the inning. Boyd 0 for 3 so far tonight. That one's up high to Boyd, 1-0 the count. Came into this game hitting .317 through 18 games with the Cantaloupes so far. So that one's on the inside corner for a called strike, 1-1. You have to bring the human element in it for a bit for an umpire in a 10-run game. And the strike zone may expand a bit for both sides as that one swung on and missed. 1-2 the count now to Boyd. Boyd hitting in that 5th spot for the Cantaloupes tonight. Trying to move Case Kermode along. He singled to lead off this inning. He's over at first. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Nico Felber strikes out 2 here in the inning and pitches a scoreless 8th for the River Bandits. We'll head to the 9th here at historic Hicks Field with Tarboro ahead by 11. Hello and welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Cantaloupes are just trying to finish off. It's been really a nightmare performance, to say the least. It's a 12-1 River Bandits lead. Travis Hamrick into the game on the mound for the Cantaloupes. The 5th different pitcher used tonight by head coach Justin Hill and his coaching staff. It all started with Chris Morris. He was followed by Bryce Stevens and Jared Beebe. Alden Cottle came into the game to pitch for the first time this season. And now it's Travis Hamrick with the team down by 11 and Ty Barongo up to the plate. 2, 3, and 4 in the River Bandits order due up against Hamrick. As the River Bandits have scored in 6 of the 8 innings so far, as that one flies over the head of Barongo for a ball, 1-0. For Hamrick, it's his 5th appearance of the season for the Cantaloupes. He's thrown 2 1/3. Struck out a couple, allowed some runs along the way. The 1-0 pitch is down low for a ball, 2-0. Hamrick is coming off a scoreless appearance against the Suffolk Voyagers. Came in to get the final out in that game. That was back on July 1st. He's behind 2-0 to Ty Barongo. The pitch Grounded over to third, past a diving Tyler West down the line. And Barongo's going to turn the corner. He's heading for second, and he's going to slide in just ahead of the throw. And it's a leadoff double for Ty Barongo. His first hit of the night, the third time he's reached base. That'll bring Chase Heath up to the plate. He's 2 for 5 in this game with a couple of long home runs, including a grand slam. Heath's knocked in 6 runs in total in this game. He joins Jarrett May as the only 2 players this season to have multi-home run games against the Cantaloupes. Hamrick's first pitch is up high for a ball, 1-0. Hamrick going through the meat of the River Bandits order here in the 9th, trying to keep it at just an 11-run deficit heading into the Cantaloupes' final at-bat. One-0 pitch is down low for a ball, 2-0. And now, as you'd have to imagine, if the score holds tonight, it would break a 10-game home winning streak for the Cantaloupes. It would also be their 5th loss to Tarboro out of 7 total losses. That pitch is up and in for a ball, 3-0 the count. The last time Steamers or the Cantaloupes lost to a non-Tarboro team was June 14th against the Norfolk Redbirds. The 3-0 pitch misses outside, ball 4. It's the 3rd time Heath has reached tonight. It's the first walk for Travis Hamrick. There's runners at first and second and nobody out. And now with that walk, it's at the team high for the Steamers pitching staff. 12 walks in a game. Tonight is the new high as Jarrett May comes up to the plate. May's reached a few times in this game. He's been hit by a pitch, he's walked, and he's singled. And he'll take the first pitch for a called strike from Hamrick, 0-1 the count. The one thing May hasn't done is hit a home run. He's hit a home run in each of the last 2 games against the Steamers. So he fouls that one off to the right side, 0-2. So although he's reached 3 times in terms of how he's hit against Edenton, they've held him in check. He was 6 for his last 6 through 2 games coming into this one. The 0-2. Taken inside. 1-2 the count. As the home plate umpire has some words for the Cantaloupes dugout. Maybe thought that was strike 3 from Hamrick. And that one hits Jarrett May in the back. And that'll load the bases up here in the 9th as Jarrett May's been hit by a pitch for the 2nd time in this game. It's the 4th time he's reached overall. As the bases are loaded for Tyler Dunn. As the Cantaloupes still looking for their first out here in the 9th. First pitch to Dunn is taken up high for a ball, 1-0. Dunn 1 for 5 in this game, has a single to his name, one of the 12 hits in this game for Tarboro. So he'll take for a called strike in the outside corner, 1-1 the count. one is outside, snagged by Jeremiah Boyd. Count will move to 2-1. The 2-1. Outside, 3-1 the count. It's been a rough night for the pitching staff for the Cantaloupes. They've only held the River Bandits to 2 scoreless innings through the first 8. They've only had one 1-2-3 inning. That was with Alden Cottle on the mound as Tyler Dunn walks home a run. And the River Bandits extend the lead. It's now 13-1 Tarboro. It's the second RBI walk of the game for the River Bandits, and that'll bring Hunter McLean up to the plate. McLean without a hit tonight, and he'll take down in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. McLean's 0 for 4. He struck out 3 times. He has reached on a walk, as every River Bandit tonight has reached at least once. McLean, one of 2 River Bandits without a hit in this game, as he takes for a called strike, 1-1. Zeke Hilton, the other without a hit, but Hilton's reached 3 times with 3 walks. Here comes the 1-1 from Hamrick. Swung on, hit high in the air down the right field line. It might stay fair. Kermode moving in from right. He'll make the catch. And he'll just run it back in as Heath will tag up and score. Another run for Tarboro. It's now 14-1 River Bandits. And Jarrett May advances to third on the play as well. So it's now runners at the corners with 1 out for Tarboro. It's a sac fly for Hunter McLean. It's his first RBI of the night. As Liam McFadden-Ackman will come up to the plate. He's got a couple of runs batted in this game. Swing and a miss there from McFadden-Ackman, 0-1 the count. He's reached 4 times in 5 plate appearances tonight. He's got an RBI single, a solo home run, and a pair of walks. He'll take that one down low for a ball, 1-1. And he's got Jarrett May over at third and Tyler Dunn at first. The 14 runs, the most the Cantaloupes have allowed this season. The 13-run deficit, the most they've trailed by in any game this season. So that one's up high. 2-1 now the count to McFadden-Ackman. The 13 walks from the pitching staff, a season high. So a night after one of the best pitch games we've seen all season, with Nicky Wolkin going 8 1/3 without allowing an earned run and holding the Greenbrier Knights to just 1 run. The River Bandits have responded with 14. Hamrick's 2-1. On the inside corner for a called strike, 2-2 the count. As McFadden-Ackman steps into the box on one of his best nights of the season. The 2-2 on the outside corner, called strike 3. It's the first strikeout for Travis Hamrick, and it's out number 2 here in the 9th. And that'll bring Harrison Johnson up to the plate now for the River Bandits with runners at the corners and 2 outs in the 9th. Johnson leaves the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on line, fouled on the first base side and out of play, 1-1. Thank you again to everyone joining tonight for this broadcast of Cantaloupes Baseball on the Edenton Steamers YouTube channel. I'm Luke Mealy, and I appreciate every one of you still sticking with us here in the ninth with the Cantaloupes down by 13. It's the third of 4 Cantaloupes games this season. Steamers 1-1 as the Cantaloupes, as that one's down low. Boyd able to scoop it out, 2-1 the count. In danger of falling to 1-2 as the Cantaloupes this season with 1 game remaining. That's Tuesday, July 19th, when all these jerseys will be auctioned off after that game. 2-1 pitch is outside, 3-1 the count. Now to Harrison Johnson. Johnson had a 2-run home run way back in the second inning. He's reached a couple more times with a walk and being hit by a pitch. Hamrick's ready. The 3-1 pitch. Taken for a called strike as Johnson was ready to toss his bat aside. The count will fill up 3-2. Dunn will be off and running from first on the pitch. Full count, 2 outs here in the ninth. The pitch to Johnson. Down low, ball 4. Harrison Johnson works his second walk of the game. And the bases are now reloaded for the River Bandits here in the ninth. And that'll bring Zeke Hilton up to the plate for Tarboro. He's walked 3 times tonight already. That one's up and in on Hilton. He gets out of the way. It's ball 1, 1-0. "12 hits and 14 walks allowed by Cantaloupes pitching in this game. All adding up to 14 runs for Tarboro as Hilton will poke that one the other way. Wright comes in from first to scoop it up and tag the bag to retire the side. The River Bandits add a couple more here in the ninth to go ahead by 13. We'll head to the home half of inning number 9. It's the River Bandits 14, the Cantaloupes 1. Well, fans, the summer's here, and you know what that means. Graduation, parties, and cookout season. Bill Gardner's Biggs Party Tent is the perfect place to host your next get-together. Schedule a picnic before the game for your next birthday bash, graduation gathering, or business rendezvous. It's the classic choice for family summer fun. Call the office at 482-4080 for more details. Thank you to Bill Gardner and Biggs Cadillac Buick GMC for their support of the Steamers and sponsoring our newest addition to historic Hicks Field. Welcome back to historic Hicks Field, where the Cantaloupes are trailing 14-1 to the Tarboro River Bandits. Gage Riddick up to the plate for just the second time this season. He's hitting in the spot of Alden Cottle. Riddick struck out in his only at-bat this season. That was back against the Norfolk Redbirds on June 17th. And he's out ahead of Nico Felber, 2-0 to begin the at-bat. Riddick, a two-way guy, hit .239 in 30 games at Eastern Mennonite University. So he'll take low, 3-0 the count. Riddick, it's only his second at-bat of this season, but he did have 71 at-bats in that spring season. Hey, he did have one home run. The 3-0 pitch is down low. Gage Riddick reaches for the first time this season on a 4-pitch walk. Kind of clapped his hands. I think he wanted to swing the bat. As Tyler West will come up to the plate for the second time tonight. West struck out on his only at-bat of the game. That was against Landon Higgerson, as he'll foul that pitch off. 0-1 the count. Well, you know what they say, every 13-run rally starts with a leadoff walk. As West steps into the box, the 0-1's outside, kind of leaving up 1-1. West came into the game in the spot of Jared Beebe, who walked and grounded into a fielder's choice. Beebe started the game at third before coming on the mound and eventually leaving the game. 1-1 pitch taken in the dirt for a ball, 2-1. Gage Riddick getting a little antsy over there at first base, hopping back and forth with his lead. Two-1. West takes for a called strike, count leaving up 2-2. Felber just the third pitcher used tonight by Tarboro. Hayes and Lancaster went the first 6. Landon Higgerson pitched the 7th. And Felber in for his second inning of relief. As that one's up and in on West, 3-2 the count. Three and two the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. The third strikeout of the game for Nico Felber, and it's out number 1 here in the 9th. That'll bring Hunter Cole up to the plate for the 4th time tonight. Cole leaves the first pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. Cole 0 for 3 so far in this game with a strikeout, a pop out, and a ground out. Cole takes that one outside for a ball, 2-0 the count. The 2-0 to Cole, swung on, hit high in the air. Near the shortstop, Barango. He's under it. He'll make the catch for out number 2. As the Cantaloupes now down to their final out here in the 9th, trailing by 13. Davis Halstead up to the plate for the 4th time in this game. Halstead's 1 for 3. Had an infield hit his last time up. He'll take that one for a called strike, 0-1. Gage Riddick still over there at first. He led this inning off with a walk. The count's now 0-2 to Halstead. The Cantaloupes did a good job getting the leadoff man on in 6 of the 9 innings. The leadoff man reached, but only 1 eventually came around to score. The Cantaloupes down to their final strike. Here's Felber's pitch. Hit high in the air, out to left field. Moving back to the wall is Dunn, and it's up and off the wall. Dunn will get it back in quickly. It's a 2-out double for Davis Halstead. And there's now runners at second and third with 2 outs. The second hit of the night for Halstead. Halstead, the only Cantaloupe tonight with multiple hits. As Chase Bruno comes to the plate for the 5th time in this game, he knocked in the only run of the night. On an RBI single back in the 5th. He's got 2 more potential RBIs out on the bases, 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. As Bruno takes inside for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 to Bruno. He lines that one on 1 hop over to short. Barango's got it. Throw to first is in time to wrap up this ball game. The Tarboro River Bandits come into Edenton and rough up the Cantaloupes. They win it 14-1. The Cantaloupes now fall to 19-7, 15-7 in PCL play, and 2-5 against the River Bandits. Tarboro improves to 16-6, 8-3 in PCL play, and this now puts them in sole possession of first place in the Premier Collegiate League. The Steamers will have a chance to get some redemption tomorrow as they'll be out in Tarboro to take on the River Bandits for matchup number 8 between the teams. And that's going to do it here on the Steamers YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching this broadcast of Cantaloupes baseball for the 3rd time this season. The Steamers will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in Tarboro.